Hello, everyone, and welcome to Badger Talks Lives, which brings exciting happenings, resources, and talent from your UW flagship campus to the people of Wisconsin and beyond. My name is Stephanie Crescent, and I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Currently, I'm a sophomore in the College of Letters and Science studying psychology, and today I am honored to introduce Bob McGrath. He will give an overview of different types of meditation and we'll be discussing the many benefits of living mindfully and practicing meditation, not only during the challenging times, but using it as a daily practice to manage stress and help learn to live in the moment. Bob is a licensed psychologist providing mind-body wellness services at the University Health Services. He has an expertise in health psychology, positive psychology, authentic happiness, mind-body wellness, as well as stress management. Please welcome Bob McGrath.
Hello, all, and thanks for including me in this program. I think we're all in that difficult time, but we got much more time than we have things to do, and this is a great thing to do, and I like sharing all the incredible benefits of mindfulness and meditation. And one of the things I always like that in terms of listing the benefits, I will get into some of those things, but mindfulness and meditation has an almost magical quality to it. Oops, we'll keep you in suspense about the magic, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the talk highlights the benefits and includes exercises that can be incorporated into your everyday life. And mindfulness, it's in some ways very easy. It's paying attention, the moment-to-moment awareness of our experience without judgment. Being aware of what's occurring in the present moment. And one of the challenges is we all have a few extra thoughts about this and that. How often are we in the moment? We're often thinking about this and that and what's coming up next or what happened 2 days ago, etc. So, but purposely focusing on the present moment without judging it, good or bad. Dropping focus on the past or the future, unless you do that mindfully. You can, in fact, sit and think, I'm going to reflect on what happened 2 or 3 days ago, bingo. But not just having that, we have, it ranges from 60 to 80,000 thoughts every day. And it's like, well, if so many of those are just bombarding us, it's like, boom, how can we slow those thoughts down and focus on thoughts we want to focus on? But in one of the real core here, in terms of benefits, when you learn to be present and mindful, you can enjoy more and be more peaceful and calm. So other little benefits of mindfulness: reducing stress, calms your mind, find richness in ordinary experiences, counter being lost in thought, slows the whole pace of your thinking. Lessens emotional reactivity, increases relationship satisfaction. As you can imagine, people in relationships are going to connect with you better if you're thinking about what you're talking about instead of thinking about what you did 3 days ago, what you're doing tomorrow as you're chatting away, sort of. So bottom line is it's a better quality of life, increased social connectedness, emotional intelligence, bingo, lots of, just by paying attention to what you're doing non-judgmentally. And so let's get more reality-based. So it's like, oh, how might I do that? And what would be circumstances in which I can be more mindful? Oh, but for the minute, let's go backwards and think in terms of multitasking. And just reflect for a moment on what you maybe do 1, 2, 3, or 4 things all at the same time. Can that be done? And, just do little surveys and people admit to this and that, including examples like watching 2 things on TV at the same time. So watching a Packers game as well as a Brewers game, and then texting to friends while watching that. Is that mindful? In a way that you make your choice. But just reflect. Are there some things where you officially multitask? Someone also talks about that he will do indoor bike training, with the TV on, which is not that bad, except turns the sound off and puts music on. And then during commercials, reads book. So multitasking. So how many things can you add on? And is it going to really make that much of a difference if you turn it around and concentrate on one thing at a time? And the data is very strong. Yes, everything becomes increasingly engaging and so on. So just the examples that come to mind, when you're taking a shower, be in that shower, not being in your thoughts of what you're going to be doing tomorrow or what you're going to be doing after your shower. Bingo. And less in a shower, just washing your hands and face and just being in the moment and just really being focused on the sensations of that water. Listening to music. It seems again that most people have developed the habit of having that music is on a lot, but are they attending to it fully? And my encouragement is practice. Just really sit and listen, absorb that music. Another, eating, or even the first part of eating is before eating, making a meal and just really enjoying the sensations of cutting the carrot, the tomato, kneading some flour together, whatever it might be. Just focus in on the sensations, the smells, the texture, etc. But then, when you are having that meal, being in the moment and just enjoying the sensations. In a lot of mindfulness workshops, they'll pass out a raisin and say, here, and it will take a 5-minute exercise of eating that raisin, savoring it, touching it, feeling, thinking where it came from, etc. So raisins are great, but if you want to experiment, at least have a date. Give yourself a date instead. But otherwise, just sitting down to that meal, taking in a few nice slow breaths, and then start eating it slowly and appreciating where did this food come from? Who, not just who made it, but before that, how was it delivered to the, from the ground to the grocery store to your place, etc. So those are just examples of mindfulness things. And so I encourage you just to reflect for a moment. What might be one thing or two things? 3 things. You might make a point of really savoring during the week, to start practicing. So, all right. So one of the other things I'd like to focus on, mindfulness, and it's interesting that there's almost a merger of mindfulness and meditation. Some people consider meditation just an extended form of mindfulness, but I personally prefer that slightly different thing to it. And again, to start out with, and I'm hoping many are already doing, and it's an interesting process that many people say. I do lots of surveys and talk to people as they come starting into meditation groups that we run. And I started when I was younger, and then I've been busy, and so I don't get around to it. And that's a pretty common reaction. I'm doing it, but I don't get around to it very often. And so, yes. And so the goal with meditation is get a routine. And whether there's one of the little things I find interesting about meditation, there's the people that promote and encourage meditation can be very rigid about this is how you do it. This is what you do, bingo. And others is very loose. But in terms of rigid, some say do it first thing in the morning before you have stuff on your mind, bingo. Some people, morning just doesn't work for them. Doing it before lunch, doing it before dinner, even doing it in the evening, and there are meditations that you could do just prior to bed. One of the little challenges sometimes if you're just doing a general meditation in the evening is that you can get on the nod. So, but finding a time and just doing it. The benefits: improves your mood, reduces anxiety, depression, irritability, increases attention span and concentration, leads to better relationships. Is there enough? There's one little list of 76 different benefits. And I don't think we have time to list all 76, but still I'll mention a few more. Reducing headaches. It enhances the functioning of the brain. It's like, what? And many of you may know that there's a major meditation figure on UW campus, Richard Davison, the Center for Healthy Minds. And I remember hearing him give a talk many, many years ago, and he was talking about that left prefrontal cortex. Your brain grows. And at first I thought, oh, is that a good thing? It's like, yes, your brain is like any other muscle. You use it in good ways, and it grows in good ways. So, and it enhances the functioning of the brain. So decreases stress. Or is anyone experiencing stress these days? So yes, so we all have stress no matter what. So there's nothing better than that. Improves memory, improves your immune system. Bingo. I think we all, our immune systems are on the line right now. And so the more that you can develop those immune systems and improve your immune system through meditation and mindfulness, better. Again, lowers blood pressure, improves sleep. Meditators have up to 50% fewer medical visits. So it's wonderful for you. It just leads to much more happiness, joy, better health, longer lives. So the benefits start within a few weeks, and it's not like, you do it for 20 minutes and bingo. Now, I feel so much better. My immune system is better. It takes a while, and a lot of the benefits are not particularly obvious. They're subtle in there. Most people don't know when their immune system is working that much better, but bingo, it is. So, but again, one of the things got to do, start. One of the things I always like to mention, I had a colleague that went for a month-long meditation retreat up in Montreal. And when she got back, I said, "What'd you learn?" She said, "Focus on your breathing." So I always encourage that. You've just had a month-long training in this 2 seconds there. Focus on your breathing. That's the core of meditation. The two things to leave with: importance of doing it and the importance of focusing in on your breathing. And we'll focus in on our breathing in fact, let's take 1 minute here. There's lots of different forms of altering your breathing that can be very, very helpful. One is called 4-7-8, where you're breathing in to the count of 4, pausing to the count of 7, exhaling forcibly out through your mouth to the count of 8. And so they encourage doing that like first thing in the morning, last thing at night, do it 4 times for the first week or so, bump it up to 6 times, bump it up to 8. And again, does not take that long. So and if you like to close your eyes when you're focusing on your breathing, to do that. And so then start with an exhale, just blowing out. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just doing that, and just 2 more times. Breathing into the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling forcefully out through the mouth. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just doing that a few more times. And we'll take a little movement now, doing moving form of meditation. And so if you have a chance to stand, and just hands over your abdomen, taking a few breaths. Maybe just rubbing your hands for a second. Yes, waking up that energy in your hands. Just having your hands just a few inches apart. Feeling that energy. Then just elevating your arms to chest level. Inhaling out. And exhaling back together. And just one more. And pausing. And it's taking your arms out to the side and up, over your head, right above your head and down. Inhaling as your arms go up. Pausing, exhaling as your arms come down. And again, as you do this, just noticing whatever you notice, a sensation through your hands, your arms, hips. This is if you're pulling out energy from above. Yes, one more. And pausing, taking a breath, and then reversing, hands going straight up and out and down. Inhaling again as your arms come up, pausing, exhaling out and down. And just one more. And again, pausing. But then just going straight up and out and down. Inhaling up and out and down. Exhaling out and down. This is the first Qigong movement I learned from John Kabat-Zinn. No, Thich Nhat Hanh, I'm getting people mixed up, sorry. And Thich Nhat Hanh says do this for 5 minutes and it'll increase your happiness significantly. But some Qigong folks will say, don't just do it 5 minutes, do it 20 minutes to an hour. So we don't have that time now, so I encourage you to experiment and just pause. And just arms gently out and up over your head, down to your chest, and out and down, and then re-centering up and down. This is the loving kindness movement. Your hands, you're pulling down energy to your heart and sharing it with others. And then recentering. And again, let's just do it 4 more times. And then just too quick and just sort of reflect for a moment. Are you feeling comfortable? Is there still some tension? If there's no more tension, just arms out and about. It's called embracing the tree. But if you're still and reflecting and see some tension, shake those hands. Bounce those hips. Your shoulders, you got them all think about it. You let it shake, 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 and all that tension that's built up today. Shake it, shake it, shake it, hold it, and let out all that tension. And then bring feet closer together. Take your one arm out and up, right down the center. Inhaling as your other arm comes up, exhaling down the center. This is a centering movement. Just getting in touch. Yes, one more each side. And then gently bring yourself back to your chair. And getting comfortable in that chair, and just give you some general things about meditation. And again, there's all these variations, but generally just whether you're sitting on a pillow or just in a chair with your back fairly straight. The majority of people I know like to close their eyes. Some experiment have them closed 95%, looking at a spot a few feet ahead on the floor. Take your pick. And whether you put one hand on top of the other, both hands, one on each knee. Some will have you put your thumb against your last two fingers, just whatever works for you. And again, perhaps just closing your eyes for now, focusing on the sensations you're breathing. And just sort of an extension of what we were just doing, but a moving form of incorporating breathing into a movement where you're just allowing your arms to lift up, going forward and down. As you do that, inhaling up, exhaling as your arms come down. And again, as you're doing this now, closing your eyes, and again, just feeling all those sensations through your hands, your arms. And just one more time. And just again, focusing in as you close your eyes and noticing. Whenever you notice the sensations through your nose, your chest, your abdomen. And one of the general encouragements is mostly being aware of the movement of your abdomen. As you inhale, your abdomen increases slightly, expands. As you exhale, contracts somewhat. And as you're focusing on that, also focus on your hands, both hands for a moment. Just feeling, you might still feel some sensation from the various moving meditation. But then also just clench both fists and notice the tension through your hands, your forearms, hold that tension and relax. And just noticing the shift in sensation through your fingers and your forearms. Then taking in a deep breath and pulling your shoulder back, holding your breath, tightening your stomach and holding your shoulders together. Hold that tension, hold it, and relax. Just letting all the tension out as you exhale. Just noticing the feelings, sensations through your chest, your shoulders, your upper back. And for a moment, just focusing in on your breathing and relax. And then for a moment, just seeing yourself in a preferred sort of spot. It might be outdoors, indoors, but taking 10 steps down. Now count down from 10 to 1. And just align yourself as you're taking these steps. With each step, feeling more calmness and ease. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just allowing yourself to sink into that golden state, that warm. And just as you're doing that, just visualize as you're breathing in, right into the center of your forehead, your third eye area. Breathing in that golden light down to your heart and exhaling out through your heart. And again, just letting go. If you have any distracting thoughts, notice them. Refocus on your breathing and just let those thoughts float away. And again, just visualizing that golden light coming in through your third eye and spreading down through your entire body. And as you do this, again, feel free to keep your eyes closed or 90% closed. And continue to focus on your breathing. But for a moment, just think of someone you felt was very important in your life. Visualizing that person or persons, if you can. And then again, as you breathe in that golden light through your forehead, your third eye, down to your heart, and sending that golden light out toward them. As you send them the wishes, may you see the light, may you feel the love. And just repeating that a few times, may you see the light and feel the love. And then adding on, may you feel peace and joy, health, and happiness. Repeating that again. And then sending them the wish, but also including yourself. As you say, may we all see the light and feel love. And then aiming those wishes toward yourself. May I see the light and feel the love. Just saying that a few more times to yourself. Seeing the light right through your third eye and sharing it through your heart area. And then may I feel peace and joy, health and happiness. And then including those in that first image and yourself. And we all see the light, feel the love. And after your next breath, just thinking, visualizing another person that you feel close to. Sending them the wish. May you see the light and feel the love. Repeating that 3 more times. And again, adding on, may you feel peace and love and joy, health and happiness. And then including all, as you say, may we all see the light, feel the love. And one more person that comes to mind that you feel close to. Visualizing them as you breathe in that energy, that golden light through your forehead, now through your heart area. May you see the light and feel the love. May you feel peace and joy, health and happiness. And then doing that inclusive, may we all see the light, feel the love. And taking a moment and just reflecting, is there someone you feel particularly concerned for that's having some difficult time during this particularly difficult time? And sending those wishes toward them. And may you see the light, feel the love. If you have a different form of set of wish you'd like to send their way, feeling free to alter that. And again, including everyone, may all see the light, feel the love. And it's a difficult one in a way, but just as you think of someone that you might be particularly concerned about in a negative way, just annoyed by, concerned that they're doing difficult or wrong things, and even toward that person, send them the same positive wishes. May they see the light, feel the love. May they feel peace and joy, health and happiness. And then moving toward a finish. May all living beings, human and animal, see the light, feel the love. And just, again, sending that wish to all living beings, human and animal, a number of times. As we move toward the end, something can be very striking how calming it can be. But it's a humming or a chanting Om, and sort of just do this for a few minutes together. So just again, comfortable keeping your eyes closed. And as you exhale, just an extended hum. Just feeling those sensations through your lips, your mouth area, wherever you notice as you one more. And as the wrap up to the meditation, just taking a moment, allow yourself to feel some appreciation and gratitude for, just reflect for a moment in your life. Anything that happened this morning, this week, last week, whatever comes to mind that you feel thankful for. And just allowing yourself to savor that feeling of gratitude. And again, just gradually open your eyes. People like to roll their shoulder. And just knowing you can take your peace and vitality with you into the rest of your day. And I'm seeing, if I'm reading it right, a question: how do you train your brain to stop multitasking and focus? Again, practice. It's not something you can snap your fingers and you've got it. It takes officially a good while. And whether doing it in combination while you're, both the mindful movement, you're washing the dishes, thinking about whatever. So catch yourself, refocus on the sensation of the water, the soap, the cleanliness of that plate that's had many things on it and so on. Again, taking a shower, thinking about this and that, catch yourself. And not to be, you across the board with meditation and mindfulness, you do not want to be critical of yourself. You let those thoughts go. And so let it go and refocus, whether it be on that shower, on the walk you're taking through nature somewhere, or just, again, in meditation. And some people like to visualize those thoughts floating into the air as you refocus on your breathing and the movement of your abdomen. Any other questions that you have? We got, maybe a minute or a minute and a half. So if you have a question, then we could do. Oh, great. And again, my encouragement is practice. Just do it. Whether you start out with 5 minutes, build up. One of the things I'll say, there's one fellow talks about meditation for fidgety skeptics. Start with 2 to 3 minutes. And don't start with those 2 to 3 minutes. After a week, bump it to 2, twice that. After a week or two, bump to that. You got 8 or 10 minutes. And so, just gradually increase, but having that time in a quiet place that you can do that. Well, good. Again, I hope you can continue that practice and stick with it. There's many, many people that don't quite get to stick with it. Just write a little note, commit yourself to that, and notice all those benefits and share with others. Thank you for participating today.